Hello, this is Dr. J, back with some more Let's Play Fire Emblem Engage, playing through the DLC packs. I was just moving around the Somniel when I unknowingly triggered a thing, so I hastily started recording. Oh, so this is a new thing. You can select 2 allies on the Somniel to spend time relaxing at various locations. Support points increase between the allies you select, may increase as they spend time together. Just the allies, not me. That seems to be the case. Can do this once each at the pool, orchard, and stable between battles. Oh man. As if there wasn't enough things to do between battles.
Wow.
Alright, well, there's Vale swimming around in the water. And there's Micaiah. Okay, so how do I activate recreation then? Is it done from this menu? Doesn't appear so. How do you do this? Good grief. I feel like the instructions weren't clear. How do I trigger recreation? Okay, that's how. I just have to stand where the arrow is and select some allies. Okay. So this is not for increasing support with me. It's for increasing support between 2 of my allies. I remember there were some that were interesting that I had not seen all of them. One I remember was Yunaka and Citrine. They had an interesting thing going, where Citrine was all suspicious of Yunaka and like knew she was an assassin. And there was a lot of tension there. I kind of wanted to see where that went, but yeah, we had only gotten a B. Alright, so we get to watch him swimming around. Okay, so that was exciting. We can go to the orchard. So can I just select the same people again to really focus on increasing their particular support level? Let's go ahead and do that then. Where'd they go? There's Citrine. And here's Yunaka. I had no idea that this recreation thing was going to get unlocked. I was not planning on starting recording yet, but it ambushed me with this new feature. Okay, one more time. Right, go from the top. Yunaka and Citrine. Confirm. Actually, can I? Hold up. I just had a thought. I think I can have this with myself after all. Even though it says 2 allies, ally includes myself. Yeah. Okay, so this is also a way to increase my own support level with people, but let's go ahead and focus on Yunaka and Citrine, since that's what we've been doing. Yes, superb. We get to see the resolution to their support. Okay, I refreshed my memory. And it is done through the reference menu, because that makes sense. Of course you view support conversations through a menu called reference. Why wouldn't that be the place? A lot of things about this game's UI are clear as mud. If you've been away from it for a while and don't remember where to find stuff, my gosh. Okay. Oh, apparently there's quite a few that I have available. Alright, let's see what Fram and Goldmary have going on.
Hello, Fram. Notice anything different about me? That's right. My place in the world has been restored. I'm once again the picture of elegance.
Oh yeah. So I was talking about how there's dumb censorship that was done in the localization of this game. Another one is that in the original Japanese dialogue, Goldmary apparently spends some amount of time being concerned about her weight. And I guess the localizers decided this was so offensive that they had to change it to her being concerned about, I forget, her elegance or whatever. This is so mind-blowingly stupid, I don't even know what to say. Whatever.
Hey, that's great! I'm glad our efforts paid off. I mean, you don't seem any different to me, but I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yeah, this is Exhibit A. This is so obviously what Goldmary was actually saying in the original Japanese, I'm almost positive, is, do you notice anything different about me? I lost some weight, which makes so much more sense.
You can't tell? I was hoping
yeah.
I had 10 degrees instead of that unseemly 15.
Okay.
I really must thank you, Fram. You stood by me, even when my head was tilted much too far to be taken seriously.
I mean, it's not like the dialogue would have been this brilliant, riveting stuff, even if they had kept it as the original, but it's just such a silly thing to censor. It just makes no sense.
You were even there to help me practice my expression until I got it exactly right. Thanks to you, I understand that one graceless moment isn't going to ruin a friendship.
Exactly. Friends aren't superficial with each other like that.
Would you let me give my thanks in the form of a delicious home-cooked meal?
Yeah, I'd love that.
I will make something with those apples we gathered. It'll be both tasty and nutritious.
I can't wait! This is gonna be amazing!
Try to temper your expectations. It will only be about as good as the top restaurants.
Only that good, huh? You're really confident in your cooking.
I'm sorry in advance if the delights I prepare ruin your taste buds to all other cuisine.
I'm glad to see you're fully back to your old self, Goldmary. And I can't wait to try what you cook up.
Riveting. Yeah, like I was saying when I started recording the first video for doing the DLC packs, the characterization, the dialogue is not always a high point of this game. Oh, hey, we get to see, yes, this is the one I'm actually interested in. So how does this conclude?
All right, Yunaka. We're alone. Finish your story.
All right. The girl does as she's told, as she's trained to do. Killing is just a job to her, not personal. Until one day, when the assassin who raised her falls ill. His disease is incurable. He has little time left. So he tells the girl the real reason he took her in was to set her up to succeed him. And then, offering all the money they'd earned together as payment, he gives her one last job.
No.
She feels mostly scorn for him. But she also knows that, without him, she wouldn't be alive.
So this is the one last job to kill your master. That's pretty classic, isn't it? As the successor to me, the master assassin, your final job to take over is to kill me.
So she honors his last wish. She puts him down. After that, Larimar gives up murder for hire. Tries to move on with her life. She changes her name to Yunaka, and that's it. Here she is, being someone new.
Alright, so hey, we actually got some interesting backstory about Yunaka. That's kind of cool.
I see.
Now, about the meeting with the Brodian brass.
Right. I'm still suspicious of your intentions.
I was laying the groundwork for a project.
What kind of project?
Truth is, I've been wanting to set up a fund to help underprivileged kids. That meeting was going to be the start. I was planning to propose the idea there.
Oh, so that's why you've been asking so many people about the Brodian Assembly.
Exactly. My goal is to do all I can to make sure no kid has to go through what I went through.
I've been a vicious fool.
What? No way. You were right to be suspicious. That didn't bug me.
Yunaka, please allow me to help you establish that fund. Consider it the start of my apology.
Wait, really?
As this war rages on, the number of children who have lost parents grows and grows.
Yeah, I remember this citrine is so loaded that it's beyond ridiculous, so that would be a nice use for her incredibly excessive amounts of wealth.
Brodia's heart is breaking. Many of our nobles have been searching for ways to help. Please, let me share my connections. I acted in bad faith, and I must atone for that mistake.
No, you've got nothing to atone for. Seriously, I'm nothing but grateful.
I'm relieved to hear that. You're trying to do a wonderful thing here. I will ensure that you find success.
I also just realized I had slightly decreased my voice volume because I realized it was a little too high on the previous videos, and then my recording software reset it back to maximum, so thank you for that. Okay, I've put it back down a little bit again.
You and I have a long working relationship ahead of us. I look forward to it.
Yeah, we do. And I promise you, I'll never forget this kindness.
Okay, so that was actually kind of interesting, especially by this game's standards. Oh, Mavier and Saline. I had forgotten that they even get a support conversation. You may notice some of my characters look different. I'll be talking about that in a moment.
Does this one stir anything?
No, it is unfamiliar.
How about this one then?
No, I do not recognize that scene either.
Drat! These are all the paintings I have of famous landscapes around Firene, yet none of them appear to be the place you remember so keenly.
I am sorry. You took the time to procure these, but they stir no memories.
Is there anything else about this place, other than the scenery, that you can recall?
I don't even remember what these two's support was all about. Clearly it was something about Mavier having some kind of memory from Firene, but...
I remember now. Meat pies. My mother would make them. My parents and I would picnic beneath the broadleaf tree and take in the scenery. Those pies were wonderful.
What a delightful thing to recall.
I'm sorry. I know none of that story helps define the location I seek.
Never mind that. It must have been a joyous time for you.
Oh, I think I understand now. For all this time...
Mavier? Is something amiss?
Princess Aileen, you have been a tremendous help to me. I have all the information I need. Thank you again.
Mavier, wait! What brought that on, I wonder?
Alright. Cool. So yeah, let's, now that that's done, let's do what I had been intending to start this recording with. Talk about the things I did off screen. Not a whole lot, but I reminded myself how some things work. And I class changed Gold Mary and Mavier since they had maxed out. And I changed Gold Mary to a Wyvern Knight. As is usually the case when I change my character's classes, I kind of liked the way she looked before, but I mean, this is still cool. It's fine. And Mavier... Where'd he go? He must be up here. There he is. He is now a Griffin Knight. I definitely preferred his heavily armored look from before over... I don't even quite know how to describe that. Sort of a foppish outfit, but whatever. It's fine. And other than that, the other major thing is... I decided if, as appears to be the case, the Divine Paralogs are kind of underleveled versus my party, then rather than using my A-team, I should bring in some of the other characters I like, but wasn't using during the main game, because you can only use so many characters. And so I'm going to be using a few B-team, or B-lister characters for some of these Divine Paralogs. Those will include Vander, Citrine, Hortensia, and Ivy, who are all characters that I like, but I don't think that I was using them all that much in the original playthrough that I can remember, and it seems unlikely that I was because they're farther down on the list of characters. And so I also assigned them emblems, so Ivy gets Corrin, Hortensia gets Edelgard, Citrine gets Byleth, and Vander already had Sigurd, and he still has Sigurd. So it's not like my entire team is going to be B-listers, but I'm bringing in those four. And maybe that'll make things a little more challenging as well. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Hopefully I don't just get slaughtered, because that would be depressing. Muting for a cough. Oh, I think there might be some allergies going on too, in addition to that post-viral cough. But anyways, having covered that, I have a ton of stat boosting items in my inventory. But I'm not going to use those right away, partly in the interest of making things more challenging, and also partly to save them in case, like, something in the Fell Xenologue ends up being really difficult, and I decide I want to use a bunch of stat-boosting items. Oh yeah, and the game has been nagging me for a while that there's some kind of event at the armory, so I should probably trigger that so we can watch it.
I don't know.
Okay, that was anticlimactic. Now I think that the way that we can rapidly raise bond levels is by going to the arena. So we're going to do that next. It's not done from the ring chamber, which caused me some momentary confusion last video. Yeah. Yep, there we go. Excellent. So let's raise our level with Tiki. Oh really, do you have to raise your level separately? With Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude? That's fascinating. That's a little unexpected. Yeah, let's go level 5. I have so many bond fragments, I think I can just straight up max my level out.
Let's have a good match.
I'm Tiki. Pleased to meet you.
Ready yourself.
No more.
Somehow I won.
Somehow.
It makes me so happy to befriend another divine dragon. We have so much to talk about.
I look forward to chatting as well. I'm sure we'll become good friends. Tell me all about yourself.
Excellent. Geosphere. If there are allies adjacent, grants defense and resistance +3 to the unit and those allies for one turn. Well, that's cool. I'll be honest, I cannot keep track of all these abilities. There's so many of them, it's crazy. And they're changing all the time, too, since I don't just leave my party in a static situation. It's part of the reason that I'm not playing on hard, so that I don't have to pay as close of attention to all the gazillion different special passive abilities. I can just kind of focus on the positioning and the formation and sort of the basics of battle.
No holding back.
Will you come play with me?
Oh, she survived.
No more.
Not long,
Somehow I won.
but longer than last time. She took 2 hits instead of 1.
Isn't it funny? We're both divine dragons, but your hair is different colors. I love it.
That's quite funny, considering that I made fun of that pretty relentlessly.
Why, thank you, Tiki. Your hair is very pretty, too. The green gives you a rather mystical air.
And, obviously now I know that there's a story reason for the sort of separate, the 2 different hair colors, but I don't know, I still think that Alir looks much better when it's his/her hair is either all red or all blue. Okay. Let's go to the next level. 15. Okay, it's getting quite a bit more expensive. I guess having 14,000 and some bond fragments wasn't as
Let's have a good
excessive
match.
as I thought.
I'm Tiki. Pleased to meet you. I can't.
Oh, wow. That was some serious damage.
No more.
Somehow I won.
Unit stays engaged an additional turn. That's excellent. Luck +6 and hit point +6 is starting to get pretty good, too. If unit uses weight without attacking or using items, restores 30 hit points? Oh my gosh. That seems amazing. And now hit points and luck +8. Good grief. Alright, I think we can max out our bond level now.
No holding back.
Will you come play with me? No more.
Somehow I won.
Sometimes I have these bad dreams, especially after fighting the corrupted.
I used to have bad dreams when I was all alone, but I'm okay now because everyone's with me. So I'm gonna stay right by your side. That way, I can fend off all the scary dreams.
Thank you, Tiki. I'm glad to have you with me.
Okay, I believe that is max level. Wow, hit point +10 and luck +10. So it's 40 hit points. Engage meter is shortened. Nice. Well, apparently I got an achievement. Okay, so I should be maxed out. Yes, spawn level is at max. Excellent. And was it Hortensia that I gave? I should double check that. I'm pretty sure it was Hortensia that I gave Edelgard's emblem to, or the Three Houses emblem as I'll call it. Yes, okay. So let's go ahead and... I'm not going to max her level out, unlike mine. But, just because if this doesn't work out, this pairing, I want to be able to put them on somebody else without having wasted a ton of bond fragments. But at a minimum, I'll get her up to level 5, and maybe level 10. It is interesting that I have to level her up with Edelgard, Dimitri, and Claude separately. Let's start off with Dimitri. I guess this is going to be a really expensive emblem to level up then. Not just in terms of...
My name is Dimitri. Shall we spar?
Not just in terms of...
Seems I still have training to do.
Obviously.
Okay. Not just in terms of bond fragments, but...
You're very charming, Claude. But I get the sense you're a bit of a schemer, too.
Oh, maybe no matter which one I pick, it is actually leveling up with all three of them, since I had her fight Dimitri, but she's talking to Claude.
Who, me? Come on. What kind of scheming could I possibly get up to?
Oh, there's an easy way to check that. No. It specifically says her and Dimitri. So if I go to the menu again, and pick Hortensia... Nope, okay, it is. It is shared. Because it's now level 6 with all of them. Okay. I was going to say that in addition to being expensive bond fragment-wise, that would also be very expensive to level up just the hard way, just through fighting, if you had to do it separately for each of them. But no. It's shared, even though you pick one specific one of them to fight against in the arena.
The second princess of Illusia, Hortensia!
I'm Claude. Let's keep this friendly.
You can if you bested me.
Obviously. I don't feel well. Do you think someone could take my shift on watch today?
I think you might be overdoing the waterworks just a bit.
Yeah, you were laying it on a little thick, Hortensia. That was pretty transparently an act. Okay, excellent. I guess as long as we're here, we might as well just do some good old-fashioned sparring. Let's do Hortensia. Oh, right, it picks her partner randomly. I don't get to pick her sparring partner.
Thanks for stopping by.
I am Pendreo, a royal soldier of Sol.
You know, another support that I need to actually watch is Hortensia and Ivy. Hey, these two actually have a bit of a fight going on.
Forgive me. My performance was sinful.
Obviously.
The fact that her reply is obviously, and that it's working well as a reply for a very snarky reply for everything that her sparring partner has said so far is greatly amusing to me. Okay, yeah, let's just have Hortensia train up for now. That should be fine. No. Let's give Ivy some time, too.
I am here.
Grant me no quarter, or you'll regret it.
Oh, this guy. I remember he's some kind of super creeper. Oh, you may lose this fight, Ivy.
No fault.
Oh, that was a terrible level. That's not even the minimum standard, Ivy. That was just awful. Alright, one more to go. So many characters, it's insane. But that's a Fire Emblem game for you.
Do you think me a worthy opponent?
It's just par for the course.
This should be a fun workout.
Oh, your opponent is an archer. That could go badly for you. Oh, maybe not. Oh. Okay, but you win.
I really thought I had you. Lucky, I suppose.
Okay, cool. Head to the well and search for the proprietor's lost item. Okay, fine. Where is the well? I just noticed, on the map, in the upper right corner, there's clearly a well icon. Hi, Vander, how's it going? Looking very dapper. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. That does sound like fun. That was a fun minigame, as I recall. I should give that a try. Again. Okay, this is the well. Oh, is this what starts the Fell Xenologue? This might be what starts the Fell Xenologue. And if that's the case, I'm not going to want to trigger that. I want to get all the emblems first. So I'm going to make a save. And if this, like, irreversibly starts the Fell Xenologue, we're going to cancel out of that lickety-split. Apparently no. Okay, that was interesting. So I got a couple really nice weapons, is what that did for me. Sweet. Speaking of Ivy, I want to see what my supports with her look like, so let's give her some gifts. Also, I don't know why, but the juxtaposition of Ivy next to a camel is hilarious. They are refreshingly free of guile. You know, I can relate to that sentiment, Ivy. Also, I mentioned this in my main playthrough too, but you're very fetching when you're not wearing your ridiculous-looking battle outfit. Okay, let's give her a spirit gem.
Thank you.
Okay, support up, but it doesn't say a conversation is available. Let's give her another one.
Thank you.
Alright, and a pretty pebble. Okay. Reference. Support. Yeah, we haven't unlocked a support level with her yet. Yeah, let's do a wyvern ride before we go to the Divine Paralogue. I'd forgotten, but that's a really cool minigame. Oh, the sight of clan exercising amuses me for some reason. Keep at it, buddy. Oh, that's a cool statue. Oh, is that me? Is that a statue of me? It totally is. That's kind of funny.
Oh, hello, Divine One.
I would like to attempt a wyvern ride.
Yes.
Which would you like?
Oh, okay. Maybe never mind. It looks like I've already done normal, hard, and expert. And it doesn't look like a new one has unlocked. So I guess that's...
next time.
I guess it's actually not necessary. Well, it's kind of a shame. I would have liked to have a new wyvern level to do. It's like a little bit of Panzer Dragoon Orta Light or something. Okay, so it occurred to me that I was actually supposed to bring those weapons back to the armory guy, not just find them. So if this does launch the Fell Xenologue...
This here?
Yes. Okay. Oh, okay. So maybe this isn't the Fell Xenologue. When you drop unwanted items into the well, they disappear forever. Okay, okay. This is like those weird characters in Da Hack. I forget what they're called. That you would like give them a silver axe or a golden axe, and then they could give you back an upgraded weapon. I mean, I guess I don't know why I randomly associate it with that. There's a lot of games that have this kind of mechanic. The more valuable items you drop, the more likely what you find is an upgrade. So that's actually very interesting, because your intuition might be that the less valuable a thing you drop in, the more likely it is that what you get is better. But no, that seems to not be true. You're actually more likely to get something better if what you put in is better. It kind of makes sense from a gameplay perspective. I surely have some things I don't care about that I can drop in there. I think most of the things I don't care about wouldn't be very good, so they probably have low upgrade chances.
Divine One, we have been getting reports lately of a strange presence coming from this well. I have not been able to find anything unusual about it, but perhaps you should investigate.
Okay, so does this have something to do with the Fell Xenologue after all? Okay, yes it does. I thought I remembered that. Oh, okay, and you don't have to do it all at once. That's good. Yes, okay. Maddening difficulty, good lord. And you can change the difficulty setting at any time. Alright, well I'm not going to start the Fell Xenologue until I've gotten all the emblems. I want to do that first. That's the order I have decided on. But yes, my memory actually was accurate that the well is where you go to the Fell Xenologue. Let's try some item transformation. Like I said, I'm going to be putting crap in there for the most part. Upgrade chance 2 stars, that's not surprising. Okay, if I throw in a silver sword, it goes up. If I throw in more crap, there's a chance to get better. Doesn't seem to. What about another silver sword? Oh, it's 4 now. That's probably fine for now. Yeah, let's go with that. Okay, cool. I have so much money that if what I get back is just garbage, it doesn't really matter that I wasted a couple silver swords. I can buy new ones. It's fine. Okay. I've wasted enough time here. I had not intended to record this much time on the Somnial, but a lot of that was new, or hopefully worth seeing. Let us actually move on to at least start the next Divine Paralogue. I'll probably save actually playing it for the next episode, though. This will basically just be a logistics episode. Getting caught up on everything between battles. I wonder if there's going to be any branching paths or if it's strictly linear. Okay, question answered immediately. There are branching paths. So let's see. Oh wow, lots of them. So you kind of have to do Tiki first, but after that, oh wow, maybe just the entire thing opens up. Kind of looks that way. Oh, now we can get them in any order, I guess. You can play through it again as a recall battle. Play through as often as you want. Will not earn experience or items. So there's not much point to doing it. It's just purely for fun, I guess. Okay, so let's just check out what each of the maps are real quick. We've got the Magma Cavern. I don't know which emblem is associated with which map. If I did, I would probably do them in a particular order and get the ones I'm most excited about first. I can make some guesses, of course, but I'm not going to know for sure. And then the Underground Passage. I just don't have a clue who that would be. And then down here is Hero Sanctuary. Let's just start with that one. A bracelet has been sighted on an island floating in the sky. The Lonely Air. Okay, I think I know who this is.
Incredible! Another island among the clouds.
Wouldn't have been my first choice if I had known ahead of time, but it doesn't really matter. I'm not that fussed about what order I get these in. It's not that important.
I can sense another bracelet near here. We're quite close now, I'm certain. Ah, there it is. The bracelet of the Lonely Air.
I hope the emblem inside is friendly. Well, time to find out. Heed our summon, Emblem of Heroes!
So this is Veronica.
I am Veronica, Imperial Princess of Embla. Name yourself.
Now, I'm not super familiar with Veronica. She's from Fire Emblem Heroes, which is the mobile gacha game version of Fire Emblem. I've played a little bit of that, but I'm not that into gacha games, and I don't spend any money on them. So honestly, the only time I ever really play Fire Emblem Heroes is if I'm in some kind of social setting where I'm just kind of sitting around and nothing's going on or I'm waiting for something. I'll pull out my phone and play some random gacha games like Fire Emblem Heroes. That's basically about it. So I've never gotten that far into it and don't know that much about it. Veronica, at least at the beginning of that, is an antagonist. I don't really know much about her backstory or anything. So this character is a bit of a mystery to me, other than the fact that, at least to start with, she's a bad guy.
Hello, Emblem Veronica. I'm the Divine Dragon. It's an honor.
An honor? What a strange thing to say.
I'm honored to speak with such a distinguished emblem. There's nothing strange about that. And it just so happens we need all the allies we can get. Would you consider joining us?
Joining you? As your ally? You have it the wrong way around. It is you who would be joining the Emblean army. But very well. I accept. You may join the heroes I have summoned from other worlds.
You can do that?
Yes. Where I come from, that power belongs to one called the Summoner. When I became an emblem, I developed the same ability. Now I am gathering heroes from other worlds, that I might bring the kingdom of Asker to ruin.
I've never heard of any Kingdom of Asker.
Never mind that. You will make a fine pawn in my schemes.
Now, hold on a second.
There is no time for delay. I must make you my hero before the summoner can do the same. Prepare yourself for combat. The victor commands the vanquished.
Wait! I don't want to fight!
You don't have a choice.
Quit being such a wuss, me.
Let's begin.
Besides, you're so inconsistent about this, Alir. Sometimes you're totally okay with fighting. Other times you're like, no, I don't want to fight. Sorry, sometimes I get frustrated with my player avatar's wimpiness. Just man up already. Since we're floating in the air, a flyer could be useful even if there are enemy archers. Oh, never mind. I have 2 separate groups. I get to bring 8 people. Well, that's much better than 4. Yeah, so there's Goldmary as a Wyvern Rider and Mauvir as a Griffin Knight. Okay, yeah, there's just a lot of things I need to deal with. And there's Veronica herself. Hleoskjalf, who knows how that's pronounced? That is some Norse nonsense right there. Okay. Pursuant to what I was saying earlier, my main party completely face-rolled the earlier map, the Tiki map. And I would like a bit of challenge, even if I am reacquainting myself with the game, so I don't want things to be insanely hard. So, that being the case, I'm going to leave behind some of my A-listers and swap in some weaker characters. In particular, I'm going to bring along Vander. I'm going to loop in Ivy and Hortensia. Okay, and I'd like to bring Vale. Not that Vale's weak. I just want to... Oh, and Citrine, if possible. I'm very magic user heavy if I use both Vale and Citrine. Alright, fine. We're gonna go real spellcaster heavy. I hope I don't regret this. You're out, Mauvir. We're bringing in Citrine. Nope, I changed my mind. You're out. Lapis. You're too good, Lapis. You always take the glory, so you're out. We're taking Mauvir. Okay. That'll be my team. Now, let's place everybody. We want a good mix. So here we've got 2 spellcasters and a couple good frontliners. That seems like a good mix. And over here, Ivy's a spellcaster. Mauvir is more balanced. Okay, it's a good mix here too. This should be fine. And I could spend ages agonizing over how exactly to place everybody, but let's not bother with that. Let's just get a staff in Mauvir's hands, because it's kind of silly to have him not have any staves. Oh, you know what? I should have bought more at the store as well. That was a bit of a oversight on my part. Let's get him a physic. Sure, whatever. That's fine. Okay, we're gonna roll with this. Let's see how the B-listers handle a Divine Paralogue. We're gonna do that in the next episode. Like I said, this one's just more of a transitional logistics episode. Sorry about that, but next time we're gonna dive back into the action, and hopefully that'll be more exciting, and I'll see you then.